heartbroken marriage, Meghan's clumsy rudeness and clumsy rudeness during the polo match, greetings and a warm welcome to Royal 365 Channel. Meghan seems afraid that if Harry makes unconventional moves, she might be left behind or lose her lifelong privileges. Thus, it's not hard to understand why Meghan insisted Harry sign the sovereignty seal, ensuring he couldn't belong to anyone but her. Before diving into today's main story, how was your day? How are you? Stay healthy and tune in for entertainment and information. During a glamorous polo match, Lady Victoria Hervey observed Meghan Markle seemingly asserting her dominance over Prince Harry when another woman attempted to pose with him. Aware of the event's filming and its potential financial gains from Netflix, Meghan seized the opportunity to assert her claim over Harry and discourage other women from approaching him. Consequently, she demanded that no one stand beside her during the trophy presentation. Meghan's love for Harry seems limited. She values him for his utility. For those unaware, Prince Harry and Meghan attended the Centennial Polo Cup in Florida, USA, supporting the charity Harry co-founded in 2006, aimed at aiding youth in Southern Africa. A renowned editor commenting on Meghan's behavior remarked, "Meghan's true colors are showing. Meghan's actions towards the woman attempting to stand next to Harry were criticized, with Meghan forcibly removing her and positioning her beside herself, commanding her like a subordinate. Such behavior reflects poorly on Meghan's upbringing. She comes across as uncultured and domineering. Her desire for control is excessive. What an audacious woman." Adding to the spectacle, the woman Meghan pushed aside was no ordinary person. She was Dr. Sophie Chinduka, the head of Prince Harry's charity. "Meghan is unworthy of Sophie Chinduka's respect. While I'm not one to fear ridicule, having a wife like Meghan is humiliating." The absurdity continued as Harry's team won both matches, earning him the tournament trophy and a kiss from Meghan in front of around 300 spectators. It's likely a source of pride for both Harry and Meghan. However, Harry seemed to forget that victory was a team effort, claiming sole credit as if he played alone. Meghan and Harry both display shameless behavior. It's become commonplace to see Meghan clinging to Harry. What's more concerning is that Meghan directed her actions towards Dr. Sophie Chinduka, the chairperson of the Centennial charity. Why wasn't she the one presenting the trophy? Just like with Invictus, what role does the wife play in polo or Centennial? One can't help but wonder about this couple's actions. The husband fights while the wife presents prizes. Their behavior is perplexing. Firstly, everyone knew this years ago, and secondly, nobody cares. Oh, and thirdly, if it's true that he became a U.S. citizen, it's yet another tie severed with his family and the UK, clearly orchestrated by her to isolate and control him further. I eagerly await the day he's completely cut off from the UK. At that point, British lives will become healthier and happier, free from the entanglements of a royal traitor. Another serious issue is his selective animal support. Polo, a sport known for its cruelty to horses, saw Harry's overuse of spurs leading to the death of his favorite horse. Yet she remains silent, benefiting from it all. Harry's actions are reprehensible as an animal lover. I can't express enough my disdain for him. He speaks about environmental protection and tourism development, yet his cruelty towards animals speaks volumes about his credibility. The charity's involvement has nothing to do with Meghan. She had no business being in the photo. Harry, as one of the founders, should have been photographed separately with the lady, excluding Meghan. Sophie Chinduka should have been the one to present the trophy, not Meghan. However, is Meghan so insecure that she fears someone might lure Harry away? She needs to realize that Harry was desperate to marry her because nobody else would have said yes, especially when he was younger, better looking, and less damaged. Meghan and Harry are compatible. They should stick together. Otherwise, society will struggle, or they will end up alone in old age. Nobody wants to live with two troublemakers. All Meghan needs to do is confront the reality and her manipulative friends. That is the private part of her life. Does she truly have control, or have others taken over? And has she allowed others to control her? We don't know, do we? Who does Meghan think she is? She should be ashamed of herself for thrusting herself into the spotlight where she doesn't belong. She didn't participate in the polo competition, nor did she contribute to the team. She's not a team member either, yet she seeks glory in the celebratory pictures. Other wives or partners aren't seen in such photos. Meghan should have stayed on the sidelines like everyone else. Her need for attention is evident, making her appear like a spoiled child. Moreover, upon closer inspection, it reflects poorly on Harry as well, as he seems to be leveraging his position as patron of Centibale to generate content for Netflix, just as he did with his role as patron of the Invictus Games to fulfill obligations under his multi-million-dollar contract with the company. Indeed, money appears to be everything for Meghan. Any sudden displays of kindness from her are viewed with suspicion, suggesting ulterior motives. Her efforts to maintain proximity to Harry seem aimed at preempting potential embarrassment when the Netflix content is released. However, public interest in the couple is minimal. Such delusions should cease. It's fair to say she exhibits a bossy demeanor, reminiscent of her interactions with an assistant demanding a Sharpie for banana messages. Her impulsive behavior lacks consideration for how it's perceived, evident in her treatment of even her biological parents. It's regrettable to see such behavior, especially from someone in Meghan's position. One can only anticipate similar treatment toward the royal family, devoid of genuine kindness. Furthermore, public displays of exaggerated affection are cringeworthy, showing a lack of regard for others' comfort in a crowded space. Their behavior suggests a self-centered worldview, oblivious to the presence of others. Excessive displays of affection can induce discomfort and embarrassment in others, potentially bordering on harassment. Such behavior fosters insecurity among those who prefer not to witness overt affection. Frankly, I find Meghan and Harry's actions irritating and distasteful. There's no denying it anymore. Meghan's facade has been unmasked. Her domineering demeanor, coupled with public displays of exaggerated affection, reveals her true nature. Meanwhile, Harry disregards the efforts of others. The contrast is stark when comparing their behavior with that of Kate and William, whose genuine affection resonates with the public. Catherine and William are future monarchs, demonstrate proper decorum in public, reserving intimate displays for private moments. Meghan and Harry pale in comparison. It's clear that Meghan's concern was not about affirming her relationship with Harry, but ensuring her presence in every photo. Having Dr. Chandaka stand next to Harry might have shifted the focus away from Meghan, or worse, excluded her entirely, something she couldn't allow. Centibale and the Invictus Games were initiatives predating Meghan's involvement, both falling under Prince Harry's royal purview. She has not only tarnished Harry's image but also exploited him for personal gain. While Harry may follow her lead during public appearances, it's evident that their relationship is fraught with control dynamics, making life miserable for him. Additionally, I find their ostentatious displays of affection in public embarrassing. Such behavior lacks consideration for others and suggests a sense of entitlement, as if they're the only ones present in a crowded space. Unfortunately, innocent bystanders often bear the brunt of their vindictive antics, which is entirely unacceptable. Let's face the truth, Netflix cameras were present, ostensibly to document a polo match and perhaps provide instructional content on the sport. However, this narrative becomes tainted when Harry mistreats his horse, exploiting the use of spurs. Ultimately, polo emerges as a grim and callous sport. I'm at a loss for words regarding this couple. Am I alone in my disdain for them? I implore you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's delve into a tangential discussion. Would you feel comfortable displaying excessive intimacy in a crowded place, akin to Meghan and Harry's behavior? Alternatively, how would you react if you witnessed such actions? Some argue that extravagant displays of affection in public are a means of freely expressing love and connection. They contend that individuals should have the liberty to express their emotions without constraint. What's your take on this? However, I believe that public demonstrations of excessive affection infringe on privacy and disrespect those in proximity. Public spaces are shared, and such behavior can make others uncomfortable and encroach upon their privacy. I welcome your input on this matter. Furthermore, Meghan's absurd behavior didn't cease there. Her actions following the match left people even more aghast. It's akin to childish behavior, not to mention the filming of a new Netflix series. One can only speculate about the public's reaction upon its release. Following the match, Harry and Meghan were photographed with the family of renowned polo player Nacho Figueras, also one of Harry's closest friends, while filming scenes for the prince's upcoming series on elite sports. The truly surprising moment occurred when Meghan was seen embracing the sportsman, along with him, his wife Delphina Blackyear, and their 8-year-old daughter Alba in Palm Beach, Florida. Meghan exhibited a complete lack of boundaries when it came to her husband's friends. Could she be considering flirting with her husband's friend as well? What an absurd notion. If I were Nacho Figueroa's wife, I would have reacted the same way Meghan pushed Dr. Sophie Chandoka away from Harry. Her behavior was aggressive and uncouth, reminiscent of her demeanor on stage at the Centennial Polo Cup. But why did she embrace someone else's husband while Dr. Sophie Chandoka remained standing there politely? Meghan's actions were also disrespectful to the children present, including the athlete's daughter. One wonders what kind of example Meghan is setting for her own children at home. Hopefully, they will grow up to be upstanding citizens under her guidance. Parents serve as mirrors reflecting their children's development, and children, in turn, reflect their parents' upbringing. Responsible parents will nurture their children to become valuable members of society. What about Meghan? How will she raise her children? Will she instill values of loyalty, moderation, and humility, or will she teach them betrayal, ambition, and excess? The encounter was captured during filming for Prince Harry's Polo series, one of 2 nonfiction series commissioned by Netflix. Subsequently, an awkward moment ensued when Meghan approached Nacho's wife with open arms for a hug. This gesture was excessively affectionate, akin to a child seeking comfort and affection from a parent. The 2 women were then seen walking with their arms around each other, heads close together. It's likely that this orchestrated display of camaraderie was prearranged. After all, it's rare to find someone who holds such affection for Meghan in this world. And considering Meghan's lack of restraint with her own husband, why should she expect similar treatment in return? There must be underlying dynamics at play. No one needed to point it out. The fact was always that she was behaving like a child. This is one of her predictable behavioral traits where she wants to pretend to be innocent and sweet with people she doesn't know very well. After all, they are more of Harry's friends. And also, Nacho and his wife may be besties with the Duke and Duchess of Montecito, but they didn't invite the couple to stay with them in their Wellington, Florida mansion while they were in Florida. So are you close yet? Or just a series of pre-arranged scenarios. So Netflix has paid Mrs. Nacho to appear to be the best of friends with Meghan. Poor woman, I hope it was a big fat check. She deserves it. As I understand it, Harry and Meghan are developing 2 television shows. Harry's is about polo and Meghan's is a cookery show. The initial impression is that Meghan is insinuating herself into Harry's polo documentary. I wonder how much Harry will appear in Meghan's cookery show. For UK readers of a certain age, I suddenly had visions of Fanny Craddock and Johnny. Their marriage is as contrived as their public image. That's right, it can be said that now Nacho Figueroa and his wife still have exploitative value for Meghan. It won't last. Will use them, then once their usefulness has been used up, she'll move on to the next victim. Leopards don't change their spots, her track record proves that. There's more. The lifestyles of the rich and famous are perfectly suited. The Duchess had to wear the stilettos so the height discrepancies wouldn't actually show her short stature, especially standing next to Delphina. It's really overcolored. Let me see how long they pretend to be rich. Strange activities for people who stepped away from their duties because they wanted a private life. I heard that Meghan and her husband want privacy, but they constantly want to be on air, filming, do charity work, and meet famous people. So you want privacy? That's right, the hero of the air failed 3 times to pass the helicopter pilot test. He was a rear gunner at best. His brother has been a Royal Air Force search and rescue pilot, as well as an air ambulance pilot. I know which one I consider a hero, and it's not the one who buys awards for himself or spent a deployment hiding in a heavily guarded underground bunker playing computer games. It's lucky that the royal family still has Willem. I wonder if the royal family only gave birth to Harry, what would happen to the UK now? It would probably be colonized by another empire. But okay, let's sympathize with Harry and Meghan. I agree in the fact both are the youngest child in their families. One with an absent mommy whose daddy overcompensated, and the other with a deceased mother with a nanny Tiggy who also overcompensated for the loss of a mommy figure, giving in their every want and desire. As has been proven. 2 people find each other and ease their pain together. I believe that the people of the UK and even the US will admire and love them for being good people considering what they have endured in the past. But sadly, they view what they have endured in the past as misfortune and seem to want others to suffer too. It's true that hurt people want to hurt others. Returning to the encounter with the renowned polo player Nacho Figueras, it was merely another occasion with Markle prominently positioned, asserting her importance and craving attention. Regarding her proposed series on cooking, gardening, and friendship, it's doubtful that she has any close friends, cooks, or tends to gardens beyond picking fruit from trees. Meghan will always seek the spotlight, perpetually yearning for the center stage. Her persistent need for attention betrays a lack of confidence, driven by insecurity and fear, which is quite pitiable. Thankfully, Harry refrains from challenging her, not daring to voice a single objection. Concluding the romantic narrative here, I turn to a more compelling topic. Despite their outward displays of affection, Meghan and Harry's relationship appears to be unraveling. Paparazzi recently captured the couple embroiled in a heated argument at the Four Seasons Hotel, purportedly triggered by Prince Harry catching Meghan in an act of infidelity. These allegations of cheating at the Four Seasons have cast a shadow over Meghan and Harry's relationship, intensifying the strain they already face. Terry's recent declaration of the United States as his primary residence has amplified speculation in British tabloids. This decision, made amidst ongoing turmoil within the royal family following their withdrawal from senior royal duties in 2020, carries significant implications. It suggests a deep-seated complexity in their relationship, compounded by Harry's troubled past and upbringing. While Harry's public statement expressed a desire for a quieter life, deeper implications loom large. His history, including past incidents of substance abuse during adolescence, invites scrutiny and risks tarnishing the royal family's reputation. By opting for permanent residency outside the UK, Harry might be viewed as seeking refuge from relentless media scrutiny and the weight of royal obligations. The determination to set up a permanent abode in the United States has only served to amplify the ongoing speculation surrounding the fraught dynamics between Harry and his brother, Prince William. Rumors of discord, which have persisted for years, now find renewed vigor, largely stemming from William's alleged disapproval of Harry's decision to withdraw from his royal obligations and tie the knot with Meghan Markle. This relocation across the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean has the potential to further widen the emotional chasm that already exists between the two siblings, adding another layer of complexity to their already strained relationship. However, there are alternative perspectives to consider which posit that Harry and Meghan's quest for financial autonomy and the liberty to pursue charitable endeavors were the foremost catalyst behind their actions. By establishing their residence in the United States, they gain a heightened level of autonomy and flexibility to chart their own course independent of the constraints imposed by royal protocol. Moreover, this strategic relocation could also be interpreted as a means to safeguard their family's privacy amidst the relentless media attention and scrutiny they experienced in the United Kingdom. However, delving deeper into the matter reveals alternative perspectives that suggest Harry and Meghan's decision to settle in the U.S. was motivated by a multifaceted array of factors. While financial independence and the opportunity to pursue philanthropic endeavors certainly played significant roles, other nuanced considerations likely influenced their choice. By relocating across the Atlantic, Harry and Meghan not only seek greater autonomy but also aspire to carve out a more personally fulfilling path unencumbered by the constraints of royal tradition and protocol. This strategic move represents a deliberate step towards reclaiming control over their lives and destinies, allowing them to forge their own narrative beyond the confines of the British monarchy. Furthermore, the decision to establish a permanent residence in the U.S. could be perceived as a means of seeking refuge from the intense media scrutiny and public scrutiny that plagued them in the UK. The move affords them a degree of privacy and seclusion that was increasingly elusive in their homeland, shielding them from the relentless gaze of the tabloid press and allowing them to live more freely and authentically. In essence, while financial independence and philanthropy may have been driving factors behind their relocation, the decision to settle in the U.S. represents a broader quest for self-determination, privacy, and personal fulfillment. It reflects a desire to break free from the confines of tradition and expectation and to chart a new course that aligns more closely with their values and aspirations. Although the previous drug use controversy may not directly influence Harry's relocation decision, it adds layers of complexity to the narrative. The incident underscores the challenges Harry faces in reconciling his royal persona with his personal struggles. His choice to reside in America may be interpreted as a bid to escape such scrutiny and forge a path unencumbered by the burdens of his past and royal connections. Finally, I am keen to hear your thoughts on Meghan shedding her facade and revealing her true self to the public. Please share your comments below. If you have any other topics related to the royal family you'd like us to explore, feel free to suggest them in the comments. Thank you for watching the video above. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Until next time, goodbye and see you in our future Royal 365 channel videos.